Hey gang, welcome back to another video at Joe Daddy's workshop. As you can see, I'm outside, and this is a follow-up video to a previous video that I did on this Trailmaster 150 XRX. Now, as I said from the beginning of this channel, I'm going to cover a variety of topics and subjects and equipment and video repairs and whatever. So I've had people ask me, hey, can you do a follow-up on that 150 XRX? Because in the video that I had made, I replaced the carburetor and then I drove it around a little bit in my yard. Now, we've had this several months, and my kids, I say kids, but my kids are all adult kids. The youngest is 22, so my adult kids have ridden this thing around the yard. They've driven it over to the neighbor's place and just had some fun with it at various points in time. But I wanted to do a follow-up video because of people asking about that. So I'm going to show you the 150 XRX, go over the carburetor replacement, and do a startup on this. Now, I have not started this in well over a month. It's just been sitting. So I will also do a startup on this, and we'll see how well it performs. I do want to mount the GoPro on it, and I'll ride it around the yard and into my small wooded area that I have, and hopefully get some good footage out of that, so maybe it's something you can enjoy as well. So let's talk about the carburetor first. And like I said, in the previous video, I replaced the carburetor on it. This carburetor is from Amazon, and I will post a link to that other video if you're interested, so that you can see the process of changing out that carburetor. Since I've changed that carburetor, I have not had any issues with it. So, knock on wood, it's going to start up and operate fine. The only thing that I found an issue with is this right rear wheel. Now, I don't know the history of this kart, but this one, either the axle or the wheel itself is bent. Not much, but it's enough that you can feel a vibration or a wobble in it. I think it's this one. It's one of these two back wheels. But the point being, there is a slight issue with it, and I'm not going to mess with it because it may involve buying another axle or buying another wheel, and I don't plan to do that. I really like this little kart. It's been a lot of fun to ride around in. As I pointed out probably before, it has disc brakes on it. It has a tilt steering column, forward and reverse. There's no clutch, and it's just been a lot of fun. So let me do a startup on it, and we'll see if it'll start up without any issues. Like I said, it's been over a month. Well, what have I done? Just had to sit for a second. Okay, I messed up. I'm the first to admit it, and I know better than what I just did. And I'm looking at this right after I rolled it. You know, I got out of it, I stood it back up, and went in the house and took care of an abrasion I have on my head. That's the only injury that I have. So everything else is fine, but my head hit something. So I have an abrasion. I had some bleeding, but nothing serious. These are pretty tough little buggies. And, you know, I know better because I flipped a go-kart years ago with my son, one of my sons in it with me, when I did a left-hand slide. And the reason they flip easily is because there's no weight on the other side. So when I'm doing a right-handed, you say, well, going into the turn, turning to the left, sliding the back to the right, it will stay more stable than when you're going the opposite direction and sliding the back end to the left, because all of my mass, my 200 pounds, is on the driver's side. So that was my fault, and it's a lesson for anybody who's riding or wants to ride around on one of these. So with that said, I did have, it looks like the rear wheel got some dirt packed into it, same as the front. I bent the front fender over the left front wheel, bent the plate here that holds the mirror and the turn signal. And actually these two lights up here are broken. I did push them back together, but they may or may not stay together. Not a big concern because these really don't do much. But I also bent the steering wheel. Now, if you look at the tape or the video, and I haven't even seen it myself, but one of the things that you'll notice, hopefully notice, or be able to see, is I kept my hands and arms and everything inside. I didn't put my arm out and try to stop myself from crashing. That's a bad thing to do. I tried to hold on to the steering wheel and just take the impact with my shoulder, if anything, and it did. Also, I see this as well. This is bent slightly. And that is because the impact wasn't a straight into the ground. It was going forward and into the ground. And honestly, I think what happened, if you come back here and look at the witness of the tires, I think I hit that root. I think that's what triggered it all. I know going the other direction I could pay attention to those, but on this one, as I was, you know, cranking into it, standing on the gas, I think it hit that and then kicked it up, and it was really no recovery at that point. But again, do as I say, not as I do, right? Okay, well, I think I'm going to try to fix a couple of little things, and I might set the camera up just to do it, but I may try to fix that little fender and also the headlight or the mirror bracket. So let's see how that turns out. Well, that's easy enough. I might have to tighten up these bolts to make it stay. And as far as the bracket, let's see if I can get this loose. Not that I need mirrors anyway. We all know this isn't the probably the best steel in the world to begin with. Yeah, we have to get a hammer and smack at that a minute.
Yeah, that looks great. Well, I'd say that's not bad at all. This upper bar may take some more work, but at this point, that's good. I know, everybody's gonna say, how bad is your head, right? Well, that's it. Nothing major. At least it's not a vital organ. Ta-da! Alright, so you know it runs. And you know if you're not careful, you can flip the thing over and you could seriously get hurt. So by all means, be careful operating one of these. Don't assume that because you've been riding them before or that you have, you know, age, experience, that you can get away with doing certain things, because you can end up getting hurt. Now, I could have seriously gotten hurt rolling that over. This doesn't weigh, you know, 50 pounds. It's a heavy piece of equipment. And, you know, my experience is such that grabbing onto that steering wheel, you know, not letting myself reach out and try to catch myself is the only thing that saved me from having any kind of probably broken bones, honestly. It was a surprise to me that it happened, but it happened. So learn from this, learn from my mistake. I'm good to go. I mean, a little minor head injury. I've had bumps and bruises in the past. I'll get over that just fine. I'm just telling you, be careful. So anyway, it runs, and you've seen it run. Hopefully I have some good footage. You know, I haven't reviewed anything yet, so I'm just kind of making the footage right now, and we'll see how it turns out. But it could be interesting to see how much of that GoPro picks up the rollover. You know, I don't know. We'll get a look at it. But anyway, don't do dumb things. I tell my kids that. Told my kids that all the time. Don't do anything stupid. Okay, so that's going to be the end of this video. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following along in these various videos that I make. I appreciate all of you. You know, there are people that have been using my Amazon to order stuff. I thank you for that. I have people that have become patrons. I thank you for that. And I do have products on Teespring, but they're not Joe Daddy's Workshop, they're Joe Daddy's Garage. So if you're interested, you can probably see something on Teespring if you look up Joe Daddy's Garage. Anyway, thanks again, and I'm not sure what the next video will be, but we'll be making more. And if anybody has any ideas for project videos that they may want to see, you know, like I did the door handle and the threshold and stuff like that, by all means, leave a comment and let me know. So until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya. This Trailmaster 150 XRX, and nope, but I wanted to get it out and show everybody how it works, and I'm going to try to take it for a ride. I'm going to set the GoPro camera on it and film some ride around segments. I'm also going to show you the startup segment. Hey gang, welcome back to another video at Joe Daddy's Workshop. As you can see, I'm outside, which means this is going to be an outside video. Now, as I said from the very beginning of this channel, there's a lot of wind blowing. I don't know if you can hear me.